Hey guys, this is Mike from B-Tech Reviews here, and today we're going to take a look at and unbox the TCL 20 SE. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to take a look at the TCL 20 SE. Now this is one of the phones that was just released by TCL. Again, you have the TCL 20 Pro 5G, and then you have the Series 20L, and then of course you have the TCL 20 SE. So again, big shout out for TCL for sending this phone out again. They have been sending me their phones the last year or so, so big shout out to them. And again, I'm going to leave you guys a link in the description below so you guys can check this phone out yourself. Again, this phone retails around the $189 price range on Amazon, not including taxes, right? And this, I'm going to unbox it right now, but let's go ahead and take a look at the specs of this phone really quick. So really quick, again, me not knowing much about this device, again, it's got a 6.8 inch HD plus display, an HDR display. I'm not sure what that means. I want to say that means probably like anti-shake maybe for videos. 5,000 milliamp battery, so you know it's gonna have a long battery life. 48 megapixel camera and 128 gigs of internal memory and 4 gigs of RAM. So very good. Very good specs all the way around. And again, this is going to be a mid-range device, guys. So again, take it with a grain of salt that this is again a phone under $200, so it is going to be missing features that you might want in a higher end mid-range device. Again, those devices are range in the $500 plus, or maybe between the $300 and $500. So again, cool thing is they sent me this cool clear case with this, so just checking out to see what else contents are inside the actual box. And I will be trying to test this out with probably T-Mobile and possibly Visible if it works. I'm not 100% sure if it is, since this is a GSM device. Quick start guide, which no one really looks at. And again, you have your charging brick and cable, which this is a 5,000 milliamp battery. I do not know if this has quick charging, but I will go ahead and leave that in the box. And I do have a fly flying around. Excuse that if you guys saw that in the picture. But anywho, here's the actual phone itself. Let's go ahead and get this taken out really quick. And so far I can tell you it's a very big phone, 6.8 inch screen. So of course right off the bat you're going to see there that there is a notch on the top portion, which that's pretty normal nowadays. That's something that we see all the time now. Again, instead of having like a clear cover, they actually put a nice clear cover, I guess, to maybe represent the actual the way it's going to look like on the screen. So again, this is just going to give you the actual specs again. High res audio, so I'll have to test out the speakers on there. Let's go ahead and pull this off here. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on that. So again, this is a big device all the way around, and this, I believe this comes in 2 different colors. This one looks like more of a grayish color to me, but I know this comes like also in a green color. So I'm just checking out the box there. Very nice all the way around though. Again, like you can see here that it kind of has like a two-tone. It's going to be a polycarbonate backing, right? So it's not going to be super fancy. The camera looks extremely good there, by the way, and I'm going to probably have to remove this. This is again just more description there. It says Bluetooth, made in China, of course, obviously. But again, guys, so far just looking around the phone, the build quality looks very good. You have the dual speakers on the bottom with the mic, with the USB Type C. You do have a traditional 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on top, and again, you have that quad camera setup on the back, which again, it's a 48 megapixel camera setup. I feel like TCL might be recycling the camera setup that they had in the TCL 10L series last year, maybe just optimizing the image stabilization a bit, or maybe optimizing or tweaking the actual camera software. So hopefully it's a better experience than I had last year. With that, let me take a look over here on the side. It looks like the power button is on the left side over here. It might be a shortcut button. I'm not 100% sure though, because I do have 2 power buttons over here. Or I do have the power button right here and the volume marker, so it'll be interesting to figure out what this button does. It might be a dedicated camera button. It looks kind of weird. Let me see if I can get that to focus. There we go. It looks like, it's a regular, I feel like it's for picture taking. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe they, but I remember the TCL 10L having a button, or the TCL 10 Pro having a button like that, where it's a quick shortcut button. So let's go ahead and get this turned on. Let's see what the home screen looks like. Let's see if it has a charge. Oh yeah, there you go. And again, this isn't an OLED panel for to say the least, so you are going to get some sort of, washiness like right off the bat. You can kind of tell it just me moving it up and down that you do have some sort of a little bit of wash in the background of the screen, but it's not bad. A lot of these like a lot of these, LCD panels have gotten a lot better over the years, and for the most part, if you're not coming from an OLED or an AMOLED display, you really won't be able to notice that much. And again, this has next vision technology, as most of the devices on this platform have. I was trying to check the box to see where if it says it, but again, this most likely does have it. And again, let me go ahead and get this set up here, and we'll get it tested out for you guys. I'm going to connect to the mobile network, and I'll get this set up for you. All right, so I did get the phone set up already, and right away I can tell you that I really like the new background of this phone, right? Very nice looking device as far as the screen goes. And right now it's downloading probably some updates on the app, so I probably will turn on dark mode since this thing is running Android, by the way. Let me turn off auto. Not a fan of the whole auto thing. For the most part, though, again, for those of you who want to know if this is going to take like a full screen, there is a little bit of a notch on the bottom. So for those of you who do not like notches, this might not be your cup of tea. Also, the middle portion has that front-facing camera, which I'm not a fan of the center front-facing camera anymore. I'm more of a fan of like the teardrop on the side or something like that. Again, that's just me. Take that with a grain of salt. So me, I'm just complaining. So let me go ahead and turn dark mode on. For people who only like to see dark mode at nighttime, you can actually change that at nighttime, so it says schedule time, so you can actually only have it on at nighttime if you prefer that, right? I prefer having dark mode on all the time just because I am my eyes are very sensitive. I have astigmatism, right? So look, status bar and notch, so I could actually, let's see, show network speeds, battery percentage. Let's go ahead and turn that on. These are just like little thing that I like to see. Let's see, hold on. Battery. So technically I can get rid of the notch, so this is pretty cool. So for those of people that don't like the notch, you can see it, you can have the default on, hide notch and move status bar, or I can hide notch without moving the status bar. So I can hide it, but you'll still kind of see it up there, so you don't really see the camera, or I can just remove it completely. That will move this portion down, though I'm not a fan of that, so I'd rather at least use that space for the status bar. And I'll go ahead and save that. That looks pretty nice to me. So again, there are little ways around it. Not all phone softwares offer this, but I'm kind of a big fan of that, right? So I'll go ahead and leave it as is. For the most part, though, that's pretty nice. Show network speed, battery. Okay, hold on. Let's go back to the battery. Do not show next to battery icon. Hold on. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, I think I like that more, or maybe not. Hold on, let's find out. Yeah, I think I prefer it in there. So again, I'm just kind of looking at this. For the most part, though, there's an eye comfort mode. I'll look into that later on. I'll go ahead and put sleep after 2 minutes of activity. And again, very snappy phone. I think this is running a Snapdragon 400 series chipset. Again, this is an unboxing, guys, so I do apologize for not having all of the facts there at the moment. But just overall, testing this out, I definitely like it. I might change the status bar to being all the way up. I don't know. It might take time to me getting used to seeing that little gap there. We'll see. For the most part, though, overall, though, the phone in the hand, I'm going to compare it really quick, and let's go ahead and see how fast the fingerprint sensor is, by the way. So I'm just going to put my finger in the back. I already have that set up. It's relatively quick, so let me do that one more time. Pretty quick. And again, let's try the face unlock. Let's see. Swipe up. Let's see. There we go. That took a little bit of time for the face unlock, so I don't know what's going on there. Let's try that again. Okay, it might be recognizing that I'm holding the device, so let me. Nope, I guess it right now it's just recognizing. There we go. Hold on. So it's telling me something there. It's saying swipe up. Here I think it's a glitch, though. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Again, right now it is probably updating some of the system maps right now, so I am gonna have to kind of tweak around with that. Just cause but for the most part, physical wise, this phone reminds me a lot of the TCL Revel 5G or the T-Mobile Revel 5G. So this is another phone that TCL makes, but again, they don't brand it as a TCL phone. So this is the one from T-Mobile, and it looks almost the same from the front a little bit, minus the notch there. Hold on, let's try to exit there. But you can tell the phones are very big in size, right? So again, you have that notch on the bottom. I think the one on the Revel 5G is a little bit bigger. Let me go ahead and lift that up, or let me just go ahead and unlock it with my finger there. Almost the same size. I believe the 5G is a little bit smaller. I think this is like around 6.5 inches. This is a 6.8 inch display. So I feel like they're getting bigger on the actual phones itself, and I don't know if I'm a fan of that, to be honest, guys. I mean, you guys have heard me in the past saying that I'm a fan of smaller devices. So like for instance, the Pixel 4a is under 6 inches. I believe it's around 5.7 inch, 5.8 inch display. I feel like that's the sweet spot, something between 5.5 and 5.6 inch. Now I understand the necessity for some people to have big devices. I mean, again, this is almost a 7-inch phone, so it's already in phablet territory for the most part. And I don't know. I mean, for the most part, I'm digging the phone so far. The phone looks very sleek. The back portion of it, it's going to be polycarbonate, right? But for the most part, it's going to look nice all the way around. Even if I put that plastic case on, it'll still look nice. By the way, let's go ahead and do that real quick. Let's go ahead and do that. Let me move this plastic. I want to see how this feels. Again, you can probably order an aftermarket case on Amazon, right? But this is just going to feel nice with the actual case on. And again, I'm going to test out the cameras and all that in another video coming up here, guys. But for the most part, very snappy device. And again, let me go back to the internals really quick just so I can go over the actual about the phone, because I do want to go over the system specs here. So again, this is the TCL 20 SE. Again, it is running the CPU is an SM4 4250. Has a 5,000 milliamp battery. It's got TCL UI. It's not a heavily skinned version of Android. At least I don't think. I've had TCL branded phones before, like the 10 Pro, the 10L. What else? The 10 5G UW for Verizon, and their skin is not too heavy. It's not like you really don't see a lot of bloatware. So for the most part, they did kind of make this look a little bit different though. It only has a 720 display, sadly. So even though it's got Next Vision and the screen does look relatively nice, again, you don't really get a lot of screen burn or washout when you're moving it left and right like that. 13 megapixel front facing camera, and again 48 megapixel. You have a 5 megapixel, 2 megapixel, and 2 megapixel. So I'm pretty sure that goes to the wide angle lens, and then your telephoto. And possible macro lens as well. So 128 gigs of internal memory. So you're gonna have a good memory right out the gate. Most likely you will have option for internal or for expandable memory. So a micro SD card, and of course Android 11. So again, guys, just an unboxing and overview. The phone feels very nice and it feels very sturdy. Again, these phones are not thin phones, by the way. So they're very thick phones all the way around. I believe this button over here was the Google Assistant button, but I'll have to look more into that. Try saying set a timer for 2 minutes.
You can do that in the app.
Cool. So, Google Assistant key feature, so that's pretty cool. For the most part, though, guys, again, we'll see how it goes. Only this time deny. I'm going to deny the camera location just because I don't like the fact that these companies or these apps ask you for the location. I don't know why. So let's go ahead and check out the camera really quick. And again, it's a little bit dark in my room here. Let's see if we can get like a decent shot though. Post that up on Instagram or maybe Twitter. I don't know if this has any type of low light camera mode. For the most part, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Again, just looking at the camera, you have high pixel, stop motion, light trace, which I never really use that light trace mode, but it's a pretty interesting feature. Pano mode, you have your auto. Most people will just use auto. Video mode probably will only shoot in for at least in 1080p. Let's find out. Yeah, so video mode, just so you guys know, 1080p 16 by 9 at 30 frames a second. So you're not going to get 4K quality video. That's just not going to happen, especially with the processor. If this was a 600 series processor, you'd probably see 4K video. But for the most part, most people, will not complain about 1080p 30 frames a second. I really wish maybe it had 60 frames a second. That way you can slow down in post if you're going to take video, right? 720 at 30, which, even 720 is acceptable. 480, if you want to save that memory, again, you're still going to get that wide angle shot there. So again, we'll go over, all the camera stuff and everything like that. Let's go ahead and take a front facing camera over here. Front facing picture. Oh wait, I'm recording. Okay, hold on. Let me stop that. Let's take a photo instead. There you go. That's pretty cool. So as you can see there, it brightens up so that, okay, it does a flash. So really not bad. Again, it's dark in my room, so the phone probably recognized that it's a little bit of a low light in here. So not bad at all. We'll have to test out gaming on this, etc., like that as well. Not a lot of bloatware on the app as well. You just have your basic Google apps. You have music, Netflix. Netflix is probably the bloatware that you would see. You have Next Vision, which is, again, that goes back to just turning on the screen brightness, or it tweaks the screen to look a little bit more vibrant. Most of your stock Google apps, which again, it's Assistant, Calendar, Drive, Maps, YouTube, everyone's favorite app, YouTube over here, and not a lot. You have the support center for TCL, Gamebox, which that might be a separate area just for games itself. GPay, really that's it. You don't really see a lot of bloatware, you know what I mean? Facebook, which that most people are going to download Facebook anyway. Duo, which not a lot of people use that anymore. I think Google will eventually be phasing that out, and of course your messaging app. So really not a lot of bloatware. You do have a file share folder as well. So again, take it with a grain of salt. Again, this is it. TCL doesn't really throw out a lot of bloatware, which I've always been happy about. So again, guys, this is Mike from B-Tech Review signing off on the TCL 20 SE. Keep an eye out. I will be doing a few more videos on this, testing out the camera, testing out gaming, just small things overall that we can take a look at, and again, see if this phone is worthy of the 189 price range. Especially it looks so nice from the back. That's why. So again, guys, Mike from B-Tech Review signing off. Again, if you like the video, don't forget to smash the like button. If you like my channel, don't forget to subscribe, and as always, we'll see you guys next time. Thanks again for watching.